Hi, I'm Michelle. Welcome back to Finally Revealed. Continuing on with our general election of November 2016, the next subject is gun control. There are 4 states that have initiatives or questions or propositions on the ballot regarding gun possession, licensing, sale, or ammunition. Let's get started. The 4 states are California with Proposition 63, Maine with question 3, Nevada with question 1, and the state of Washington with initiative 1491. First, California Proposition 63. This regards ammunition. There's also California Proposition 47, which is with regard to stealing a firearm. Proposition 63 would require a permit to buy ammunition. The permit would have to be shown to a licensed gun seller or ammunition seller in order for the person to buy ammunition. This proposition would also get rid of an exemption for large capacity magazines, and it would also increase penalties for violators. Proposition 47, also on the ballot this November in California, would make stealing any firearm of any value a felony. It would be punishable by up to 3 years in prison. This is significant because presently California has a rule that if a firearm worth less than $950 is stolen, that is a misdemeanor. This would make every gun theft a felony. Next is Maine. Question 3 is on their ballot, and it provides for the people to vote to decide whether or not to require transactions between people who are unlicensed gun dealers, to require them to meet at a licensed gun dealer who would then perform a background check for this private transaction. And if the person fails, they would not have the transaction. If they pass, then the transaction would go through. If question 3 passes, transactions between these groups or people would still not require a background check, and those are between immediate family members, in a hunting situation, in a sport shooting situation, or when it is required for emergency self-defense. Third state having a gun control initiative on its ballot this November is Nevada with question number 1. If it passes, question number 1 would require a sale or transfer between unlicensed dealers to go through a licensed dealer who would then run a check. They don't go so far as to require them to meet at the dealership as Maine does, but just to go through and have the transaction processed through a licensed dealer. If question number 1 in Nevada passes, these types of transactions will still be exempt from a background check or a requirement to go through a dealer. And those are between law enforcement agencies, between members of an immediate family, in an antique situation, or passing through an estate. A further exemption is to prevent immediate death or great bodily harm. The last state in 2016 to have a gun initiative on the ballot for the general election in November 2016 is the state of Washington. Initiative 1491 is on the ballot for the citizens of Washington to decide whether or not to allow the court to issue an ex parte extreme risk protection order. The voters will be asked to approve or disapprove this initiative. If it passes, the state of Washington would then allow a court without notice to the other side, that's what ex parte means, but upon the application and sworn affidavit that a person is a significant danger to themselves or others, the affidavit would be sworn by the police, by a family member, or by someone in that person's household. And if they take it to the judge and the judge approves it, then that person will be prevented for a period of 1 year from possessing or accessing firearms. That 1 year can then be extended for a second year. Ex parte means the person that it's about will not get a hearing before that order is entered. It would provide, however, that upon application, the person who the order is entered against could apply for a hearing. So those are the 4 states this November voting on guns: Washington, California, Nevada, and Maine. If this video was helpful to you, let me know by a thumbs up. Please share it with someone who may, and I'll be back for the next video on the general election tomorrow.